Imagine wandering through a grand mansion once owned by a reality TV star, only to uncover a chilling secret that would leave even the most seasoned investigators in stunned silence. In a shocking development, the FBI recently removed a section of old flooring from Mike Wolfe's home. What they discovered beneath it was enough to send a cold shiver down anyone's spine. What exactly was found? And what could it mean for the future of the American Pickers star? This unfolding mystery might reveal secrets never meant to see the light of day. The unexpected arrival of the FBI at Mike Wolfe's mansion, a face well known from the hit show American Pickers, sent shockwaves through fans and media alike. The focus of the search was the second floor, once used as Wolfe's private office. A special task force methodically dismantled the old wooden flooring, and photographs from the scene showed agents with tense, unreadable expressions. Though there was no official statement, an inside source confirmed that what they found left the team speechless. As more details surfaced, a strange connection to Wolfe's former co-host, Frank Fritz, began to emerge. Before his rise to fame, Wolfe lived in relative obscurity. He dropped out of school at 16 and spent the early 90s drifting between temporary residencies. During that time, records show his involvement with a secretive group known as the Collectors Circle, an organization rumored to trade in artifacts of murky origin. Some believe this group may be tied to the mysterious disappearance of indigenous cultural items along the U.S.-Canada border, though no official charges have ever been filed. Wolfe disappeared from public records in 1997 and re-emerged in 2003, opening an antique store in Tennessee. Shortly after, American Pickers debuted and catapulted him into the spotlight. With his rustic charm and deep appreciation for vintage Americana, Wolfe became a symbol of nostalgic exploration. But beneath the glow of fame, pieces of his past remained deeply buried, until now. In recent years, whispers from the antiques and archaeological communities have grown louder. Critics claim Wolfe distorted historical facts for entertainment and allege that many artifacts featured on his show were not authentic but high-quality replicas. Coupled with Wolfe's increasing absence from public life and social media, the allegations fueled speculation that something darker might be unfolding behind the scenes. As rumors swirled, more unsettling details surfaced. The mansion the FBI searched was once an abandoned church Wolfe had lovingly restored. In a past interview, he spoke of his desire to live in a space with an aged soul, one where he had designed every detail. Notably, the second floor was a reconstruction of a 19th-century European home that Wolfe had disassembled and imported himself. According to sources, the FBI's interest in this specific section of the house wasn't random, it was triggered by a cryptic entry in a journal. That journal, covered in dust and age, belonged to Frank Fritz. It was found inside an old suitcase and detailed a night Fritz spent at Wolfe's home during renovations. Around 3 a.m., he heard strange whispers and creaking noises from the floor above. When he asked Wolfe about it, he laughed it off, blaming the old wooden floors. But Fritz never forgot the experience. As tension grew between the two men, he began questioning that night, eventually prompting a deeper investigation. Inspectors discovered inconsistencies between the building plans Wolfe had submitted and the actual structure. The second floor, once a bell tower, was sealed in a way that defied its supposed design. Underneath a layer of wood, investigators uncovered a thin sheet of concrete not listed in any permit. Beneath that was a spiral wooden pattern, evocative of old European religious architecture, and finally, a steel trapdoor with no visible handle. After nearly an hour of effort, agents managed to open the door. What they found was a hidden stone chamber, barely 10 square meters in size, with an arched ceiling and air thick with dampness and the scent of something burnt. Inside the chamber were dozens of rare artifacts, some labeled as missing by European museums and even listed on Interpol databases. Among them were Eastern European wooden statues, cryptic stone reliefs, and a heavy metal box secured with a double lock. But the most chilling discovery lay in the corner, a photo frame face down in the dust, smeared with dried blood. When flipped, it revealed a smiling image of Frank Fritz from an episode filmed 5 years ago. Above it, a haunting symbol, a double spiral encircling an eye, had been drawn in an unknown substance. Experts later confirmed the symbol had ideological significance, hinting at a belief system or coded message. The FBI immediately sealed off the area, suspecting a deeper and possibly dangerous mystery. The artifacts were confiscated, and a federal report was filed citing serious international heritage violations. What was once just a finely crafted floor was now a gateway to a hidden past, and possibly a criminal enterprise years in the making. Just inches of wood had concealed secrets no one imagined, but now, those secrets were being unearthed. The investigation widened as agents began tracing the flow of artifacts to various locations tied to Wolfe. A shared warehouse, once co-owned by Wolfe and Fritz, became a focal point. Inside, a locked wooden suitcase marked FF was discovered. It contained Fritz's personal journal, his final thoughts and observations during the last 3 years before vanishing from the media and the show. Fritz's writings detailed his growing suspicion toward Wolfe, especially as his own role on the show diminished. He noted unscheduled stops, unexplained purchases, and mysterious transactions that were never filmed or disclosed. These items were often moved out by night, leaving no trace behind. He felt increasingly marginalized, reduced to a background character in Wolfe's carefully curated image. One journal entry stood out: "I think he knows I'm watching. My phone's acting weird, and I saw his car outside my house." The last dated entry, July 14, 2022, ended with an ominous line: "If anything happens to me, this notebook is the reason." 3 days later, Wolfe publicly announced Fritz would not return to American Pickers, citing health issues. Fritz has not been seen in public since. Even more disturbing was the placement of that dusty photo of Fritz in the sealed basement, a scene seemingly staged to send a message. The FBI classified his journal as critical evidence, citing not only potential crimes but also Fritz's emotional and psychological state, paranoia, isolation, and signs of being forcibly pushed out of the spotlight. Digital forensics from Wolfe's personal hard drive revealed even more disturbing evidence. In a brief audio clip, his voice could be heard saying, "If he talks, I'll lose everything," followed by a sharp, unsettling laugh. Investigators also uncovered a tightly encrypted folder labeled FF 2023 Master, which included AI-generated audio mimicking Fritz's voice, 3D reconstructions, and behavioral profiles, raising questions about how far Wolfe might have gone to control the narrative. The evidence continues to pile up, but questions remain. Who really is Mike Wolfe? Was American Pickers a celebration of vintage culture, or something far more sinister hidden in plain sight?